And the name of the game ain't for, how pretty is your ball when you throw it?
Talk about it.
How far can you throw?
Talk about it.
Right? And we don't care about that. You know what we care about?
Yep.
Are you winning?
Are you winning?
That's the first question. The second question, are you winning championships?
To me, to be elite, you have to do something elite. All of those are better than everybody else at that specific thing. If you want to say Hurts is top 5, I will not argue with you because he does something better than everybody else. He is the best winner.
Ah, boy. Ever since Devonta did that interview, people have been up in arms because Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback, according to them. Yet this man, he played with him at Alabama. Again, the pros consider himself fortunate and lucky that he was, blessed to be drafted to the same city as QB1, knows him in and out, knows his makeup, knows what kind of, guy he is inside and outside the building, what kind of work he puts in. And people want to tell me that Jalen isn't, a top 5 quarterback. Sure, for you, he doesn't pass the smell test because he lacks some of the physical attributes that make, your favorite guys, the best of the best. Yeah, they can't beat him in one category, the dub category. And, you want to say, oh, it's a team sport. Of course it is. Whose job is it to supply these guys with competent rosters and teams around them to make sure that they can, have a fighting chance, be able to put in the effort and not go unfulfilled, unrewarded because their team just around them isn't good enough. It's crazy that we look at Hurts and say that he's not elite at doing what he does. Don't blame Hurts for the setup. Why isn't your team constructed to win as such? Other teams aren't putting the ball in the air. They're putting the ball in the air way too much, relying on the quarterbacks. And when they need them to come through, they're failing. They're incompetent at getting, the dubs that are necessary. You would think that Jalen Hurts has, some special advantage that, other teams, are unfair, unfair at having. No, I'm not talking about the tush push. His roster construction is top tier. Oh, that's out of his hands. He plays with, other elite players. That's out of his hands. Their money is well managed and they're able to make moves and, move up down the draft board. That's out of his hands, man. He's controlling what the he can control. And you're blaming him for, being put around success. So, like I said, last time I checked, it's a team sport. This man, he does what he needs to do. But other stuff, Tom Brady had a defense. Don't see him being, blamed for that success. Oh, man. Jalen Hurts, does what he needs to do with the roster he had. People forget his first year took him to the playoffs. They didn't win. Came around and put, other pieces around him. And boom. You see things take off. But who doesn't have great talent around them? Whether it's on the other side of the ball or it's, in their offense. Just because Howie puts him, around, with several other things. People have 1 or 2. They have 2. Jalen has 3. And then surplus. Other luxuries. That's not his fault. He makes the most of his opportunities. Check out these stats. You're going to look at some stuff. Drop percentage. He's putting the ball in their hands. These other guys, Joe Burrow, I get it. The increase of passing, you have, a higher number of drops. So why, 30 to 6, it ain't that much exponentially, done. So, as great as, some of these talents are, look at their numbers. Take a deeper dive. And you'll see some of the, inaccuracies being painted. They're just glossing over that kind of shit. Bad throw percentage. He's top, 10. He doesn't, throw bad balls. Deep ball accuracy isn't on the list, but man, something that people overlook. The on-target throws, he's like top 10. So these things that people aren't even taking into account, these hidden stats, you can manipulate massage numbers to look, paint an argument any way you want to. But really take a look at all of the caveats, not just the ones that, you cough to in the corner. It's crazy, man. Y'all are wild, bro. And last time I checked, these matches always start with the same score. 0-0. Yes, Jalen Hurts isn't playing on defense. Duh. But, like, the Bengals match, defense, was playing, and Jalen was taking advantage of their defense. The Ravens match, Jalen was taking advantage of their defense. The Steelers game, Jalen was throwing the hell out of that football, taking advantage of their defense. The Bills game the previous year, they couldn't stop him. And our defense couldn't stop, what do you call it? Josh Allen either. Patty Mahomes. Like, go out there and make plays. Oh, protection. Stop making excuses, bro. Jalen Hurts took the team to the playoffs in 2023, even with that epic collapse. Where did Joe Burrow do that at? In 2024? Oh, it didn't happen. But we give him a fall pass. Fuck out of here, man. Like, these matches start the same way. 0-0. And then somehow the Eagles end up pulling ahead. Commanders, Jaden Daniels. The match started in the NFC Championship, 0-0. What it ended up being? 55-23. Blew them the fuck out. Like, go ahead, keep making these arguments. I'm going to keep slicing at the feet, cutting them, out before they can build legs. Yes, these other quarterbacks passed the physical test. What about accuracy, playmaking, decision-making, under pressure, pocket awareness, audibling, composure, etc.? These are underrated and or not factored into the equation. And I'm not saying Jalen is the best at a lot of these, majority or even, all of these categories. Accuracy, when he's hit a high benchmark this year. Like, with a good system. Decision making, under pressure, gets the done. Pocket awareness can be better. In the Super Bowl, what better stage to have your best game with that? Something he couldn't do before, but yeah, he did it. Audibling. Got us out of so many different plays to hit on big plays, but not factored into the equation by most fans. Composure. Cool as the other side of the pillow. You will not see this man implode. Natural born leader. Leadership, which people. A lot of quarterbacks have that one. Y'all don't want to talk about it though, man. All right, let's look at PFF's top quarterbacks. PFF's highest graded NFL quarterbacks for the 2024 season. Lamar Jackson. 35 big time throws and just 10 turnover worthy plays. What do you do in the playoffs? Contradict that shit. Joe Burrow. 43 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Great pass rating. Couldn't even get him to the dance. But he led the league in passing though. Great for him. Josh Allen. Dynamic on the ground, but couldn't get that first down. 43 big time throws. How many did he have in the AFC Championship? Justin Herbert. 24 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions. How many in the playoffs, though, in that one game? Golly. Jaden Daniels. 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Added, 1,026 on the ground. NFC Championship game. Bottled his ass up. And in the first matchup. Baker Mayfield, okay, I give him this. Played well against us. Everybody has, such games, but, it is what it is. Derek Carr. They were 2-0 right on the high horse. We sat their ass down. Made them look, below average. Patrick Mahomes. Don't need to say what we did to him in the Super Bowl. And, people were talking about, like it hurts. He doesn't do this or that. You've never seen him have a game like that. So, Geno Smith, cool. Brock Purdy, you saw that he wasn't able to carry the squad, despite having, adequate talent when Jalen has been able to do that in the past. But we're going to get up out of here because y'all are still not convinced that he's top 5. But it's all good. Because I love making these videos. I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to chunk deuces officially. But as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly. Back to my boys, yes. And let's motherfucking go.
Like, comment, share, subscribe Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.